Welcome back to Mysteries of Mythology. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the 7 heavenly virtues, the moral qualities that guide us towards righteousness and spiritual growth. These timeless virtues stand in contrast to the 7 deadly sins, helping to shape our actions, thoughts, and relationships. Stay tuned as we explore the essence of each virtue, starting with the powerful concept of chastity. Let's begin. Chastity, one of the 7 virtues, represents the commitment to purity and self-control, particularly in terms of sexual behavior. In its truest form, chastity is not merely about abstinence from physical acts, but about the cultivation of a heart and mind that remains focused on virtuous living. It stands as a powerful counterbalance to the temptation of lust, one of the 7 deadly sins, reminding us that there is strength in self-mastery and that true intimacy is rooted in respect, love, and commitment rather than fleeting desires. In today's world, where instant gratification and indulgence are often glorified, chastity can be seen as a rare and noble virtue. It asks us to step away from the distractions that can cloud our judgment, urging us to embrace a deeper connection with ourselves and others. Chastity is not about repression or denial of natural instincts, but rather it's about the conscious decision to live with integrity and respect for the sanctity of the human body and soul. Throughout history, chastity has been valued in both religious and secular contexts. For many in Christian teachings, chastity symbolizes purity of the heart, mind, and body. It is about maintaining a state of grace in all things, preserving oneself for a meaningful, lifelong commitment to a partner. It calls upon individuals to keep their passions in check, ensuring that love is shared in an environment of mutual respect and honor. Chastity encourages the idea that sexual relationships should not be driven by fleeting emotions or selfish desires, but by a deeper connection, trust, and emotional intimacy. This virtue also extends beyond romantic relationships. Chastity, in a broader sense, refers to the practice of maintaining purity in thoughts, actions, and intentions. It asks us to rise above the temptations of materialism, vanity, and indulgence in ways that lead us to become better individuals. In every choice we make, chastity inspires us to remain grounded and to seek true fulfillment that cannot be attained through mere physical or superficial means. One of the most powerful aspects of chastity is its capacity to foster respect for oneself and others. When practiced with true understanding, it nurtures an attitude of reverence toward the human form, seeing it as sacred and worthy of dignity. It teaches that self-respect and respect for others should be the foundation of all relationships. Chastity, therefore, becomes a virtue that transcends romantic love, impacting how we interact with everyone in our lives. In embracing chastity, individuals are called to reflect on the deeper purpose of their lives and relationships. It is a virtue that asks for introspection, for knowing one's own values and desires, and for making choices that align with higher principles of love, respect, and purity. While the modern world often seems to advocate for the abandonment of such virtues, chastity remains a timeless beacon, offering a path to clarity, strength, and true connection in a world full of distractions. It serves as a reminder that purity, in every sense, is not just a moral stance, but a powerful, liberating force. One that leads to healthier relationships, deeper self-awareness, and, ultimately, a more meaningful existence. Temperance, one of the 7 heavenly virtues, teaches the art of moderation and self-control in all aspects of life. It calls upon us to maintain a balanced approach to our desires, actions, and emotions. While the world often encourages indulgence and excess, temperance reminds us that true strength lies in restraint. It is not about denying ourselves pleasure, but rather about knowing when enough is enough and choosing wisely how we spend our energy, time, and resources. At its core, temperance is the virtue of harmony. It encourages us to avoid extremes, guiding us toward a path where we can find peace and moderation. Whether it's in our eating habits, our work-life balance, or our emotional responses, temperance helps to create stability. It's about recognizing that excess can lead to chaos, while balance fosters clarity and contentment. In the context of ancient philosophy and Christian teachings, temperance is often seen as a key to living a virtuous life. It is the ability to control one's impulses, to not let desires dictate our actions, and to avoid overindulgence. Whether it's resisting the urge to overeat, controlling anger, or maintaining a steady pace in work, temperance helps us remain grounded. It provides the wisdom to discern when indulgence is appropriate and when restraint is necessary. Temperance also extends beyond personal behavior and impacts how we engage with the world around us. It fosters respect for others, as temperate individuals are less likely to impose their desires or needs on others. It cultivates empathy, understanding that each person has their own boundaries and needs, and that respect for those limits is a sign of strength, not weakness. In a world filled with distractions, temptations, and the constant pressure to overachieve, temperance provides the space for reflection and mindful decision-making. It encourages us to step back, evaluate our actions, and choose paths that lead to long-term fulfillment rather than temporary satisfaction. Temperance teaches us that in moderation, we can experience life's pleasures fully without falling prey to excess, which often leads to regret. In relationships, temperance fosters balance and harmony. It encourages us to give and take in equal measure, avoiding extremes of selfishness or self-sacrifice. It ensures that we approach others with fairness and patience, creating relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Temperance, while often misunderstood as merely a call for restraint, is actually a celebration of moderation as a tool for well-being. It teaches us that the key to a fulfilled life lies not in indulgence or abstinence, but in knowing how to navigate the delicate balance of desires, needs, and responsibilities. It is a virtue that nurtures the soul, stabilizing us amidst the chaos of the world and guiding us toward peaceful, meaningful existence. Charity, one of the 7 heavenly virtues, is the embodiment of love, compassion, and generosity. It calls us to open our hearts and extend a hand to those in need, not only in material ways but also through kindness, empathy, and understanding. At its core, charity is about selfless giving, without expectation of receiving anything in return. It teaches that true wealth lies not in what we accumulate, but in how we share with others. Charity is often viewed as the highest form of love, a love that transcends all barriers, whether they are of race, religion, or status. It reminds us that, no matter how small or grand the gesture, each act of kindness creates ripples that can change the lives of others. This virtue encourages us to step outside of ourselves, to recognize the struggles and needs of those around us, and to offer help in any way we can. In its purest form, charity is about giving from the heart, not because we feel obligated or expect recognition, but because we understand the power of love to heal, uplift, and transform lives. It asks us to see the humanity in others and to act with compassion, whether it's through donating time, resources, or emotional support. Charity teaches us to give freely and without hesitation, cultivating a spirit of generosity that can change the world. Beyond material assistance, charity also encompasses acts of kindness in our everyday interactions. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, or a simple smile can all be considered acts of charity, as they reflect our willingness to show love and care for others. Charity, therefore, is not limited to grand deeds, but is present in the small, everyday moments where we choose to be kind and compassionate. In Christian theology, charity is often associated with the love of God and the love of one's neighbor. It is seen as a virtue that brings us closer to the divine, as giving without expectation mirrors the unconditional love God has for humanity. Charity aligns us with a higher purpose, reminding us that the act of loving and caring for others brings fulfillment and peace to the soul. Charity also has the power to heal both the giver and the receiver. By focusing on others' well-being, we shift our attention away from our own worries and troubles, often finding that our acts of kindness bring us joy and satisfaction in return. In this way, charity not only uplifts those we help but nurtures our own spirit, fostering a sense of purpose, gratitude, and connectedness to the world around us. In a society that often emphasizes material success and individual gain, charity offers a refreshing reminder of what truly matters. It teaches us that love, kindness, and selfless giving are the cornerstones of a meaningful life. When we choose to live with charity in our hearts, we create a ripple effect that can inspire others to do the same, fostering a world built on compassion and shared humanity. Ultimately, charity is more than an act. It is a way of life. It is a continual practice of love, generosity, and selflessness that transforms not only the lives of others, but our own as well. Diligence, one of the 7 heavenly virtues, is the virtue that embodies persistence, responsibility, and a strong work ethic. It calls us to approach our tasks and responsibilities with unwavering commitment, determination, and a focus on excellence. Unlike laziness, which leads to stagnation, diligence pushes us to continually strive, no matter the challenges or obstacles we may face along the way. At its core, diligence is about cultivating the discipline to stay focused on our goals, to put in the necessary effort, and to take consistent action. It teaches that success doesn't come from shortcuts or fleeting bursts of effort, but from sustained, dedicated work over time. Diligence is a reminder that every small step taken with purpose is an important part of a larger journey toward achieving greatness, whether in our personal lives, careers, or in service to others. The virtue of diligence is often linked to the concept of perseverance. When things get tough or progress seems slow, it is diligence that keeps us going, urging us to keep pushing forward. It's the drive that keeps us practicing even after failures, knowing that success is not immediate but earned through continuous effort and learning. It teaches us the value of consistency and the importance of building good habits that lead to lasting results. Diligence is also about attention to detail and a commitment to doing things well. It's not just about working hard, but also about working smart. It encourages us to give our best to every task, no matter how big or small, and to approach challenges with a mindset of growth and improvement. When we practice diligence, we understand that quality matters as much as quantity, and that putting in the extra effort often leads to better outcomes. In relationships, diligence shows itself through dedication and responsibility. Whether it's in nurturing a friendship, supporting a loved one, or serving a community, diligence requires us to be present, to actively engage, and to put in the effort to make those connections meaningful and lasting. It is a virtue that teaches us to show up, to fulfill our promises, and to take care of others with unwavering attention. The value of diligence is highlighted in many ancient philosophies and religious teachings. In Christianity, for example, diligence is often associated with the idea of serving God with all of one's heart, soul, and mind. It emphasizes the importance of being faithful and dedicated to the tasks we've been given, knowing that even the smallest efforts, when done with diligence, can contribute to a greater good. In a world where instant gratification is often prioritized, diligence stands as a powerful reminder that lasting success and fulfillment come through patience, hard work, and persistence. It encourages us to adopt a mindset that values effort over convenience, progress over ease, and excellence over mediocrity. Diligence is also a virtue that fosters a sense of accomplishment. When we commit ourselves to a task and give it our all, we experience the satisfaction that comes from knowing we've put in the work, regardless of the outcome. It builds resilience and confidence, making us more capable of tackling future challenges. Ultimately, diligence is about creating a life that reflects our best efforts. It teaches us that true success is not measured by shortcuts or achievements alone, but by the journey of consistent, purposeful work that leads us to become the best versions of ourselves. Through diligence, we can accomplish great things, improve our lives, and make meaningful contributions to the world around us. Patience, one of the 7 heavenly virtues, is the ability to endure difficult circumstances without frustration or anger. It's the virtue that allows us to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, to wait for the right moment, and to extend grace to others. In a fast-paced world where immediate results and quick fixes are often sought, patience teaches us the value of time, persistence, and understanding. It's the quiet strength that helps us navigate life's challenges with a steady heart. At its essence, patience is about accepting that some things are beyond our control and learning to respond with grace rather than impatience or resentment. Whether we're waiting for something to manifest, dealing with a difficult person, or facing personal setbacks, patience allows us to pause and take a step back. It reminds us that good things often take time, and that rushing through life can lead to missed opportunities for growth, learning, and connection. Patience doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it involves actively choosing to remain composed and hopeful in situations that test our resolve. It is about maintaining perspective, trusting the process, and believing that progress, however slow, is still progress. Whether it's in our careers, relationships, or personal goals, patience is what sustains us through the journey, especially when immediate results are not visible. It encourages us to focus on the long term and to trust that, with perseverance, things will improve over time. One of the key aspects of patience is forgiveness. It is the ability to let go of grievances, to not hold on to anger or bitterness when wronged, and to offer others the same grace we wish to receive. Patience teaches us to recognize that people are imperfect and that everyone makes mistakes. Instead of holding grudges, it invites us to show mercy and understanding. In relationships, practicing patience means giving others the time and space they need to grow, change, and improve, while still remaining compassionate and supportive. Patience is also an essential virtue in personal growth. It encourages us to give ourselves time to learn, adapt, and become better. It reminds us that self-improvement is a gradual process, and that failures and setbacks are not the end, but opportunities for learning. Patience is what enables us to bounce back from challenges with greater wisdom and strength. In this sense, patience helps us become more resilient, understanding that growth is not always immediate, but is always worth the wait. In many religious traditions, patience is highly valued. In Christianity, it is seen as a fruit of the Holy Spirit, essential to living a righteous and peaceful life. The Bible encourages believers to be patient in tribulation, to persevere with hope, and to trust that God's timing is perfect. In Buddhism, patience is a key element of mindfulness and inner peace, allowing practitioners to let go of desires and to accept life as it is. In a world that often glorifies speed and instant gratification, patience serves as a quiet rebellion, reminding us that some of the best things in life come to those who wait, and wait with a calm, steady heart. It is the virtue that teaches us to remain kind and composed when life is challenging, to avoid reacting impulsively, and to understand that every situation, no matter how difficult, has its purpose in our journey. Patience also helps us cultivate deeper relationships. By practicing patience with others, we create an environment of understanding and empathy. We allow room for mistakes, growth, and change, nurturing bonds built on trust and respect. This virtue teaches that love and friendship thrive not on perfection but on the ability to endure and forgive. Ultimately, patience is a virtue that enriches our lives in profound ways. It teaches us to embrace the present moment, to trust in the process of life, and to remain calm and compassionate in the face of adversity. With patience, we can weather any storm, knowing that, in time, all things will fall into place. Before we dive into the next virtue, be sure to like this video if you're enjoying our journey through the 7 heavenly virtues. It helps support the channel and ensures you won't miss the rest of our exploration. Now, let's talk about kindness, one of the most beautiful and transformative virtues. Kindness is the simple yet profound act of showing love, empathy, and care toward others. It is the act of being considerate and thoughtful, reaching out to help others with a genuine heart without expecting anything in return. It's the quiet force that binds humanity together, creating connections that go beyond words and actions to touch the very soul. At its core, kindness is about recognizing the inherent value in others and treating them with respect and compassion. It's an understanding that every person is facing their own struggles and challenges, and a willingness to offer support, whether through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply being present in someone's time of need. Kindness doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the small, everyday acts of generosity, whether it's smiling at a stranger, offering a listening ear, or showing appreciation for those around us. Kindness can be transformative, not just for the recipient, but also for the giver. When we engage in acts of kindness, we experience a sense of fulfillment and joy, knowing that we've made a positive impact in someone's life. It's a reminder that our actions, no matter how small, can make the world a better place. The ripple effect of kindness is powerful. One small act can inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of love and compassion that spreads across communities, nations, and even the world. In relationships, kindness is the foundation of trust and mutual respect. When we treat others with kindness, we create a safe space where people feel valued, heard, and understood. It fosters open communication and empathy, allowing for deeper connections and stronger bonds. Whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or family dynamics, kindness nurtures love and care, ensuring that everyone involved feels supported and appreciated. Kindness is also crucial in the way we interact with the world around us. It teaches us to be mindful of the environment, animals, and communities we live in. By acting with kindness, we become stewards of the world, recognizing that our actions have consequences and that we have a responsibility to treat the earth and all living beings with respect. This extends to how we consume resources, treat the environment, and contribute to the well-being of the planet. In times of hardship, kindness is often the light that helps people navigate through dark times. A single act of kindness can offer hope, comfort, and strength to those who are struggling. It serves as a reminder that no matter how difficult life gets, there is always kindness in the world, and that simple acts of goodness can heal even the deepest wounds. In moments of loss or pain, kindness is a bridge that connects people, offering solace and understanding. Kindness is a virtue that transcends all cultures, religions, and beliefs. In many spiritual traditions, kindness is seen as a divine quality, one that reflects the love and compassion of the higher power. It is through kindness that we manifest the goodness of the divine in the world, touching lives and transforming hearts. In Christianity, kindness is seen as an expression of love and humility, as followers are encouraged to love their neighbors as themselves. Similarly, in Buddhism, kindness is a central tenet of the path to enlightenment, promoting compassion for all sentient beings. In a world that often seems divided and disconnected, kindness stands as a powerful reminder of our shared humanity. It teaches us that by showing love, care, and understanding, we can heal wounds, build bridges, and create a more compassionate and peaceful world. It is a virtue that brings us closer to each other and to the best version of ourselves. Ultimately, kindness is not just a virtue, it's a way of life. When we choose to live with kindness in our hearts, we change the world around us for the better. It's a simple yet profound reminder that even the smallest acts of love can have an immeasurable impact. Now, let's dive into humility, the final virtue in our journey. Humility is the quality of being modest, grounded, and recognizing one's limitations. Unlike arrogance or pride, which can lead to a sense of superiority over others, humility allows us to stay connected to our true selves and to others. It's a virtue that reminds us that we are not above anyone else, and that our achievements, no matter how great, are not what define our worth. Humility is about embracing who we are, while acknowledging that we still have room to grow. At its heart, humility is the practice of modesty. It's the ability to be aware of one's strengths and accomplishments without boasting or seeking recognition. Humility encourages us to let our actions speak louder than our words, to let our deeds reflect our values rather than our ego. It's the recognition that our success is often shaped by others' support, by the opportunities we've been given, and by a greater purpose beyond ourselves. Humility teaches us that true greatness comes not from elevating ourselves above others, but from lifting others up alongside us. Humility also fosters a spirit of gratitude. When we practice humility, we recognize the many gifts in our lives, whether it's the support of our family and friends, the opportunities we've been given, or the wisdom we've gained along the way. Humility helps us appreciate the contributions of others and acknowledge that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. It reminds us that, no matter how far we go in life, there will always be others who have shaped our journey and who continue to help us along the way. In relationships, humility strengthens trust and understanding. When we approach others with humility, we create an environment of openness and respect. We acknowledge that everyone has something valuable to offer, and we listen to their perspectives with an open heart. Humility allows us to learn from others, to admit when we're wrong, and to apologize when necessary. It's the foundation for healthy relationships because it builds bridges of respect and mutual care, allowing people to be their true selves without fear of judgment. Humility also teaches us the power of learning and growth. When we are humble, we are open to the idea that we don't know everything, and that there is always room to improve. Humility allows us to embrace feedback, whether it's positive or critical, because we understand that it can help us become better versions of ourselves. It's the quality that allows us to seek knowledge with an open mind, and to admit when we don't have all the answers. In a world where many feel pressure to appear perfect, humility invites us to be authentic and vulnerable, showing that strength lies in our willingness to grow. In many spiritual traditions, humility is seen as a divine virtue. In Christianity, humility is the cornerstone of Christ's teachings, as he exemplified a life of servitude and love, putting others above himself. Jesus' humility serves as a model for Christians to follow, showing that greatness in the eyes of God comes from serving others. Similarly, in Buddhism, humility is a key practice on the path to enlightenment, as it encourages self-awareness and the letting go of ego. Humility is not about diminishing our value or achievements. Rather, it's about putting them in proper perspective. It's recognizing that we are part of a larger, interconnected world, and that our worth is not defined by what we have, but by how we treat others and the contributions we make to the greater good. Ultimately, humility is about being true to oneself. It allows us to embrace our imperfections, learn from our mistakes, and be open to the lessons life has to offer. When we practice humility, we create a life of peace, gratitude, and growth, and we inspire others to do the same. It's a quiet strength that helps us lead with compassion, understanding, and respect, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on how the 7 heavenly virtues directly counter the 7 deadly sins, offering us a path to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Chastity stands strong against lust. While lust seeks indulgence and desire, chastity teaches us purity and self-control, guiding us to a higher, more meaningful connection with ourselves and others. Temperance combats gluttony. In a world of excess, temperance shows us the power of moderation, encouraging us to find balance and avoid the dangers of overindulgence, whether in food, drink, or pleasure. Charity rises against greed. Greed fosters selfishness and a desire for more, while charity calls us to be generous, compassionate, and selfless, teaching us the joy of giving and the importance of caring for others. Diligence fights against sloth. Sloth pulls us toward laziness and inactivity, but diligence reminds us of the value of hard work, persistence, and dedication, motivating us to strive for excellence in all that we do. Patience holds back wrath. Where wrath seeks quick revenge and uncontrolled anger, patience encourages us to pause, endure, and forgive, helping us navigate conflict with grace and composure. Kindness battles envy. Envy breeds jealousy and resentment, but kindness teaches us to show empathy, understanding, and goodwill to others, fostering connections built on love and respect. Lastly, humility overcomes pride. Pride inflates our sense of self, while humility reminds us to stay grounded, recognizing our limitations and embracing the value in others. It teaches us that true greatness comes from serving with modesty and respect. Together, these virtues provide us with the tools to resist the temptations of the 7 deadly sins, guiding us toward a life of compassion, balance, and wisdom. And that wraps up today's exploration of the 7 heavenly virtues. This has been Mysteries of Mythology, and I hope you all enjoyed this journey through these timeless virtues. If you found value in today's video, be sure to like and subscribe if I've earned it. Your support means everything, and I look forward to bringing you more fascinating content in the future. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.